All right. Hello and welcome to another segment of Divine Femininity United. I am your girl, your host, your mother, moderator, mama, all of those things. I am Miss B, Dr. Bianca, Miss B Lee here, and I am walking with you. Definitely not just leading you. No. I'm walking alongside you in this journey of forgiveness. We're reading through the wonderful, phenomenal book written by one of my coaches, Miss Iyanla Van Zant. It is the book entitled Forgiveness, 21 Days to Forgive Everyone for Everything. When I tell you this book is crazy good, it's crazy good. I'm telling you. We're just on day 12. Okay. Of course, it's talking about 21 days, but of course we only focusing on one focus per week because some of these topics, y'all, we cannot just speed through. It is impossible to just speed through. Now, some, don't get me wrong, some may be areas that you're not really as triggered. You've healed through and all of those things, but there are some areas that is like, listen, okay, 1 week may not be enough. Okay. So, but we allow ourselves the week to kind of go through the process of forgiveness, go through the process of identifying the emotional triggers that some of these focuses bring about and shine light on. When I tell you these things are just, it's necessary for us to rid ourselves of the stuff. Hello. Welcome to everyone in the room, in the building, and welcome to everyone who's viewing on any platform, whether it's Clubhouse here, the OG Triple OG, or via video on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. We welcome everyone. We love all of our family. We absolutely do. We're going through this process of forgiveness, and it's necessary, you all, because in order for us to really open ourselves up and allow the things that we so desire to come to our lives, y'all, we have to make room. We just have to make room. Nothing new can come into our lives if we're loaded down with just matter. Okay. As we know, matter is heavy. Matter has weight to it. And we're always handling and dealing and carrying matters around, unresolved matters, unhealed matters that don't even belong to us sometimes, matters that are not even our business, but because we want to just be loyal, or that's my ride or die, or that's my bestie, or that's my brother, that's my sister, that's my mama, we're taking on all this heavy matter, okay? And we don't know how to get rid of it. So today we're talking about how to get rid of the things, how to forgive, how to release, how to open ourselves up, how to pour out those things that no longer serve us, never served us in some cases, okay? And how to replace those things with the things that we need in order to forge ahead in our own future, okay? Again, today is day 12, and today's topic is I forgive women. But before we go into that, today's focus is I forgive women. Whoa, listen, even as a woman, I've had to forgive women. Hello, somebody. Ooh, listen, I don't even want to go into it right now because, baby, when that can is open, honey, it's opened. Hello. As a woman, I understand how this is important to talk about. Hello, somebody. All right. So here we go. But before we go into that, of course, it is Sunday and we got Sunday church announcements. All right. As you all know, I have been invited to be the keynote speaker for a wonderful Sacred Woman retreat. It is a cruise, and we are going to be touching down in Ensenada, Mexico. Okay, and stopping through Catalina Island. Okay, so listen, you all, that is scheduled for September. I'm going to run a commercial for those who are watching via video. Those who are on Clubhouse, I'm going to be verbalizing and narrating what's being shared on the video. And but I need all of you all, whether you are male or female. Yes, it is a women's retreat, but it is also a cruise. Hello. Okay, and if you've never been on a cruise, then I'm here to tell you that it is all inclusive, meaning once you pay for that cruise, honey, you don't have to pay for a meal, a non-alcoholic beverage, a dessert, a dance, a movie, nothing when you touch your soul on the floor of that boat. Okay, I'm telling you now, it's all included, and these prices are so inexpensive. For a regular inner cabin, one of the modest cabins, it's only $350. $350. Okay, some of us spend more than that on DoorDash and Grubhub. Hello. Okay, and then for the ocean view is $450, and for the balcony it's only $550. Listen here. All right, let me run this video, and so you all can see, and you all can hear what is to come for this particular cruise. All right. So now that the Sunday announcements are complete, it is time, y'all. It is time. What time is it? It is time to forgive. Okay. It is time to do some forgiving around here. My word, y'all. We got to do it. We got to release, and we got to go in and let have. Okay. So here we are, day 12. I forgive women. I let forgiveness rest upon all things. Then forgiveness will be given to me. The key is in my hand, and I've reached the door. Father, I thank you for the means to let go of my angry, hurt thoughts that are in conflict with your gift of love. I forgive the thoughts of my mind that make love conditional. The key is in my hand, and I've reached the door that allows me to forgive all things and all people. That is an excerpt from Prayer for a Course of Miracles, workbook lesson 342. Okay. Now, as we all know, with my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful coach and example, Miss Iyanla Van Zandt, she always leads a focus with a story, with a very relatable, very transformative, very transparent, very vulnerable story, but it's the truth nonetheless. All of us, I say this often, we are only holding each other's hand, walking each other home. There's no one person, I don't care how many letters, PhD, MD, LBC, ABC, 1, 2, 3, BET, all of that. It don't matter how many letters and doctrines and certifications and degrees and all of these things that you got behind, before, and in the middle of your name. You still have struggles, okay? All of us do. And so when we come together like collectives like this, or even other group sessions and conversations and, family meetings and all of those things, then that is what we're doing. We're coming together and we're laying it out on the line. We're putting it all on the table. I don't understand why it's so difficult. I do understand, but I don't understand why it's so difficult for us to be a human being with each other. We gotta facade stuff. We gotta mask things. We gotta cover stuff up. We gotta spray perfume on it and make it smell like it ain't ish. Okay? When we know it's ish, right? We got to act like our traumas are not really our traumas. We got to act like we haven't been hurt ever in life. We got to act like just because we tote a Bible or we carry a cross or we pray a little bit here and there, just because we got to act like everything is all peachy keen, right? Just because you pray, in the morning, nothing is going wrong, right? Right? Thank you for coming in. Hello, 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 everyone. If you would, I would love if you shared. I appreciate it if you would. We got to act like there's nothing going on, but I'm here to tell you, regardless of your accolades, your prestige, your pedigree, your geographical location, what's in your wallet, how many degrees and whatever you got going on, sweetheart, I'm here to tell you, you still struggle. You still battle with things. As long as you are living, as long as you have flesh wrapped around your bones, you are going to have confronting issues that you're going to have to deal with. Every level that you evolve to, there's going to be something revealed in you that you have to purge. Period. Okay? So what this is here, the journey that we're on, this journey allows us to be able to be accountable to and for one another. I have nothing greater in me that you don't have in you. That's just the bottom line. And when we understand that we are not in this thing by ourselves, or we are not above somebody else, or we are not better than, or whatever the case, when we understand that the same issues in me also lies in you. And if we come together and discuss these things, then you may have a solution on how you got through yours, and I'm still struggling through mine. You might be able to help me to get through mine. If we just opened up and been honest with each other, but we're too busy trying to be perfect. How we're trying to show perfection to other imperfect people. It's really something. It's something to see. And trust me, I myself was in it. Okay? Trust me. I mean, that thing, the imagery, the projection, the trying to appear to be something, baby. Oh, I was a scholar in it, honey. I was a scholar until I just no longer gave a flying flip. Okay? I don't care. Miss Essence Evolve says, I totally agree. Yes, I still have the shadow side that still needs healing. Things I did not know comes up, period. Okay, listen, there's always going to be some things. And here's the thing too. My mom talked to me. She gave me a call maybe like a month or two ago. And we talk often, but she shared with me one day, and my mom is in her 60s, y'all, okay? In her wonderful young age of 60 something another. That ain't none of your business, mind your business, okay? But I will say she shared that she had a dream one night, right? And she said that in her dream, she dreamt of something that she dreamt of her and her brother who's just older than her. She has three brothers, older brothers, and the one that was directly over her, older than her. She said that she remembered when they were children and he said something so hurtful to her. In the dream, right? She had the dream here recently in her 60 plus years. She had a dream about that incident that occurred when she was a little girl. And it made her feel the same feelings that she felt when it was initially said when she was a little girl. Right? And she was like, where in the world did that come from? Like, what? It's been so long since that happened. And then what's crazy was she was able to kind of backtrack and be like, whoa, I'm understanding now that because he said that, right? Because he said that, every time she said, I was wondering every time he comes around, which this particular uncle don't really come around often. And she said, I was wondering, like, every time he comes around, why I feel the need to try to, tell him what I've been up to and convince him that I'm doing good and this and then the third. And she like, I never understood why I did that. And she said, and then boom, here we go, tracing it back to the root. When I was a child, listen, y'all, there are so many things that your inner child has dealt with or has scars from and stuff like that, the trauma that we have yet to even understand. So as we evolve as people, then your inner child, I'm going to say this, Miss Essence Evolve says this. She says, I'm glad that you're talking about this because many hide. We can heal together if we just allow ourselves to open up in safe spaces, period. We got to make sure that we create a safe space with one another first, because some of us talk too dang on much. Okay. And that right there is a good segue into what I was just about to say with regards to that inner child situation. Your inner child, if that inner child does not, I'm talking about your inner child, this is you as a child that's still lying on the inside of you, right? If your inner child does not feel safe with you, it's not going to reveal the places where it hurts still, period. It's not until your inner child feels safe with you, right? Because some of us have lived some very haphazard lives. We've made some very reckless decisions with ourselves, with our heart space, our mental space, our physical spaces. We done gave ourselves to any and everybody. Okay. Our finances, we done handed over because we trying to people please, and we done open ourselves up to destruction and hurt and pain, and just allowing ourselves to suffer at our own hands, because can't nobody make us do nothing. This is what we give license to is what's going to take place. But if your inner child does not feel comfortable with you or safe around you, it's not going to reveal those places that it's hurt. Period. It's not. It's not until you create the safe environment for yourself, number one, will those things that once taunted you, those old scars, those old pains, those old memories, that's when they'll start coming up, when it's comfortable, when it's felt safe, when you've created a safe environment for healing and forgiveness. Because a lot of these scars that we felt, yes, they're probably scars from people, what people did to us. But a lot of the scars that our inner child feels are scars that we inflicted on ourselves with some of the decisions that we made, right? That's why in this forgiveness journey, the first day of focus was I forgive myself. Because ain't nowhere in the world you're going to understand how to forgive anybody else if you first don't start with yourself. It always starts from within before it goes without. It's always starting from inside, okay? So here we are. Here we are with the forgiveness story. This forgiveness story is by Vicky Lamar, okay? She says, she was my big sister. Therefore, she should have known better. She should have known I looked up to her and trusted her. She should have known I expected her to protect me and to take my side. She should have known that she was the template I use for my assessment of all women. It's not something we ever discuss, but she should have known, and she didn't. Instead, she betrayed me, broke my heart, and set me up to distrust all women, including myself. It can be challenging for women to trust other women because we are often taught not to trust ourselves. Then we doubt our abilities, choices, and instincts. We can become critical of those women in our midst who surpass our perceived imitations. This criticism can take the form of gossip, betrayal, and unwarranted judgment. Women are also more prone than men to compare themselves to one another. We often measure our value and worth by comparing ourselves to another woman's weight, breast size, complexion, career, talents, financial status, intellect, personal style, marital status, and every other aspect of their lives. Comparison is an act of violence against the self. It also leads to judgments and jealousy of those we deem better off than we are. If we aren't the ones doing the comparing, then we're the ones against whom other women measure themselves. In either case, the comparison, judgments, and jealousy can lead to ugly behavior. Women also have high expectations of themselves, often unreasonably high expectations. When they fail to live up to those expectations, they can and often do project their flaws and failures onto other women. We see in one another the things we cannot see or accept about ourselves. When this happens, we will judge other women for the things we dislike in ourselves. The cycle of comparison, projection, and judgment often results in vicious verbal and emotional attacks among women. This is what happened between my sister and me. We all have people in our lives who set the mold for how we treat other people and how we expect to be treated. My sister taught me most of what I needed to know about being a woman and what to expect from women. She taught me that women are beautiful and powerful. She taught me that women are sensitive and sensual. Some of this I learned by watching her. Some I learned by listening to her. My sister taught me that women can also be cold and mean. She taught me that you can depend on women only sometimes. And then when they fall in love, they will leave you for their love interest. My sister taught me that certain women friends serve you better than others, and that some women can never be your friends. She rarely explained these things to me because she was my big sister. All I had to do was watch and listen, okay, and emulate. I did all of the above until my sister told me that I was mean and cold and sneaky and deceptive. Mm-mm-mm. She said she was an ugly and just plain wrong about everything. It was one of her friends who started the conversation by saying that I thought I was better than everyone else. I had no idea what she was talking about. My sister filled in the details by criticizing my size and my clothing. She continued by citing my going to college and moving across town as evidence that proved that her friend was saying what her friend was saying was valid. That led to a recounting of my failures in relationships, career choices, and financial obligations. The criticism was one thing. The betrayal of my confidence was another. It was, however, the jokes and chiding that tore my heart to shreds. As they continued to banter back and forth, it became clear to me that many of the things I had told my big sister in confidence, she had revealed to her friend, who was now using that information as the bat to beat me down. It was hurtful and ugly and a death blow to my relationship with my sister. It was 13 years, our father's death, a divorce, hers, not mine, and a bout with breast cancer that taught me I had to forgive her. When I saw her looking frail and bald, I realized that no matter what, she was still my big sister, and I missed being connected to her. In talking to her, I realized all the women in my life whom I had discounted and disconnected from because of our relationship. As we talked for the first time in many years, I came to understand that for her, what she had done had no meaning. She thought she was correcting me. She had no idea she was judging me. She thought I was upset because of what her friend had said. And more important, she had done to me what she perceived had been done to her by so many other women, including our mother. Like I said, we all have people in our lives who set the mold for how we treat others and how we expect to be treated by them. As I learned to forgive my sister, I learned to forgive myself for all the times I did to other women what I thought she had done to me. Man, listen to me. When I tell you, listen. First of all, shout out to this queen here for telling the real TEA, okay, about the situation here. Let me tell you something. Here I go. This is my story. These are my stories. These are my confessions in my usher voice, okay? All of my life. Hey, I'm about to go there, y'all. All of my life, I have struggled with trying to be friends with women. Do you hear me? Some of my greatest friends in life, my best friends in life, are men. No lie. I don't care how I have showed up to people. Listen, I'm a Libra in 5 places, y'all. Okay. So if you are an astrologer and you understand what it means to be a Libra stellium, then you know that I am a people pleaser to my core. Okay. Let me tell you something. So that means that some of our traits is to ensure that everybody is good. I just want to make sure everybody's good, everybody's okay, everybody's comfortable. I always like to serve people. I always like to, well, what can I do? Can I help you here? Can I support you here? Looking out for folks and this and then the third. Listen, I am one of 9 children. I'm the first girl, third child. Okay. For so long, it's 4 girls. For so long, I have wanted that, the TV show Girlfriends. I've wanted that girlfriends type of relationship with my sisters. I've never had it. Don't get me wrong. We're all in good communication. There's no bad blood between anybody. Not at all. But for some reason, it's something that just, it won't, what Cedric the Entertainer say about Luther's curl, it just ain't quite curling all the way over, okay? Now, my baby sister, because she's been in my life from the day she was born, okay? So twice in her life, she's been under my guardianship and all of those things, even down to, her revealing her choices and all of those things, all of that. Me and her are sisters / besties. Okay. That girl knows all my ups and downs, ins and outs, and I know hers. Okay. But as far, and I'm the oldest, she's the baby, but I have 2 other sisters in the middle that I love dearly. But we don't have that, okay? We don't have that, namely because there's influence that I have no say-so about that they have, right? And I've chalked it up to be, okay, well, it just won't, everybody's not meant to be that close, that tight, right? And how they are is where they are and what they'll be, and still love them regardless. And that's what I do. Okay. When we all come together, it's like we never left. Right. So I love that. I love the dynamic in our relationship. Now that's as far as my sisters go. Now let's move on to the attempts of friendship with women. Okay. 2 times. 2 times. Okay. Specifically. Now there's been more than 2, but these 2 times has been some doozies, y'all. If y'all can tell, this today's focus is one of my things. Okay, this today's focus it hit me in the gut. Okay, these are some triggering things for me. Okay. And I'm here to say, but I will say this. Let me say this. I'm making jokes or whatever the case because I can laugh now at the things that I used to be devastated over. All right. Seriously. And I can honestly say right now today that I have built some phenomenal women relationships, okay? Whether it be working relationships, whether it be spiritual family relationships. I have close knit family, spiritual family relationships for sure. Okay. But oh Lord, it took some years, y'all. Okay. I'm in my 40s, y'all. It took years for me to trust a woman relationship. I kid you not. It took many years because I was tired of being, bruised, battered, stepped on, lied on, all of that. Okay, all of that. Miss Jasmine on YouTube, she says, I relate to struggling with female friendships, especially as a recovering people pleaser. Come on here, recovering people pleaser. You better be a recovering one. Hey, Jasmine, my love, how are you, honey? Thank you for being here. Let me tell you something. Okay, so this one particular, oh my goodness. Let me tell y'all something. It took every element of the universe to keep me from choking this sister out. You understand me? Can we talk? Can I be real? Can we be honest on today? Okay. It took everything, baby. All I kept hearing was spirit say, be still. Be still. Because baby, I might not be here before you today had I not. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. Baby, this baby here, she tried every one of my nerves. Okay. So getting down to the gist of it, I'm gonna spare the details, but the gist of it is, okay, if you all know, prior to going full time into coaching and therapy and things like that, I was a I was a recording artist. That was my first career. And then from there, I went into the beauty industry, okay, where I can still create and, again, working with the women and things like that, right? So I just love, our beauty. I love what we are and who we are. I love it, which is why I was going so hard to try to, try to work with the women and stuff, man. Because I know what we're capable of. We are creators, y'all. We are natural portals from the spirit realm into the physical realm. We are cultivators. We are encouragers. We are motivators. We are pure incubators. We are the core of which life happens, right? We are beautiful. We are graceful. We are classy. We are just, the epitome of all things universe, right? And yet in those same wonderful vessels can lie some of the most ugliest traits. Oh my God. And what happens? We can put some good Maybelline and a good wig on top of it and act like we're not. Okay? Act like we don't have these ugly traits in us. Right? Okay, here we go. So in the beauty industry, when I first came to Georgia, which is where I am now, I've been here this year 10 years. It'll be 10 years literally July 1st, okay? Hey, Ricky, welcome to the room. Okay, so 10 years, it'll be July 1st. And of course, in each state, if you're familiar with the beauty industry, you have to have a license for that particular state. Okay. So I had to get my license for Georgia State when I came here. Okay. Prior to that, I was in South Carolina. Prior to that, I was in Chicago, which is my native city and state. Okay. Now, all right. We have here going to school, went to school, got my licensing and all of that stuff, did the who, woo, 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 the blah, 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 right? Now, I got an opportunity to work at a salon right out of school. Okay, right out of getting my license. I was appreciative of this, but The salon owner, she was fresh to owning her own salon. So she had just gotten her license in beauty maybe in March of that same year. She opened up a salon in April, and then I was hired in August. Okay. But see, I was hired in August having all of this training and all of this history. At that point, I'd been in the beauty industry for over 10 years. Okay. So I had tenure in my experience. Okay. I was a color expert, I was a cut artist, and all of that stuff. So I had tenure in my experience, but I'm also fresh to the grounds of Georgia. So these folks don't know me, and I dare not come up in here swinging weight, talking about some I'm this and I'm that. Child, sit down. Okay. And you are. All right. So I had to work my way up. You know what I'm saying? You know how you do. You got to crawl before you walk, right? So she graciously allowed me to rent a chair in her salon. Okay. So I get there, and when I get there and I start working for about 2 months, as a booth renter, that's when she realized, oh, okay, you know a little more than what I thought you did. Okay, you're a little more skilled, and I came with my own clients, right? So there was no having to, what I'm saying. I came with some things in my bag, right? But I was still open to learn and open to share and all of those things. At about after working here for about maybe 2 to 3 months, she said, listen, I acknowledge that you have a little more knowledge than I do in this realm here, and I think you can help me out. So I want to promote you to salon manager. Okay, great. And I was like, cool, that's what's up. I was still a booth renter, still paying every week and stuff like that. I did have a discount, I will say, but I was still paying every week. Okay. As a team member, I never swelled up on anybody. I was a team member. I even brought other relationships. I even brought opportunities for us to be judges at hair shows and travel and all of this stuff, because again, I came with my own stuff in my bag. Hello, somebody, right? Come on, turn to your neighbor and say, she had her own stuff. Hello. I didn't just become known when I got here. Okay, I already had some things. All right, gratefully I had already had some things, some other opportunities. So with that being said, I extended all of those opportunities to them. I don't gatekeep nothing. You know why? Because before I got it, somebody gave it to me, and before they got it, somebody gave it to them, and so forth and so on. That's why I don't understand a lot of people online that they want to claim that's my quote, that's my this, and that's my baby. Hush, because you got it from somebody else. Hello. Okay, just because you took a class and now you're fully aware and understanding of the knowledge that you have doesn't mean now when you go to talk about the things that do you quote your teacher who taught you? Do you give shout outs and all of that? Okay. All right. I just wanted to say that to some people. I don't know. Maybe that was for somebody in the back or something. Calm down and relax yourself. Humble yourself, because there's nothing new under the sun. The information that you just received, somebody been new. Okay. Believe that. Calm yourself down. All right. So with that being said, when I went into her salon, and especially when I got the managerial role, I was freely giving of all things, teaching and showing and sharing, helping, and all of those things, because I ain't want to toot my own horn, but baby, she can slay some heads now. Hello, somebody. Have you seen me? I'm just saying now, I don't, you know, if I look busted, it's because I just don't feel like doing nothing. Okay. But know this, when I step. Understand that, okay? Miss DC on Clubhouse says she had her own stuff, okay? There's nothing new under the sun. Hello. Thank you, somebody, okay? Now, but with that being said, I was open. Anything that I had, I shared. Even my then husband, he was an IT tech. He did repair computers, and he uploaded software for people. All of that, clear viruses. We even gifted the salon, copiers and all types of stuff. Right? We gifted the salon so many things. He was there. He was servicing their computers for little of nothing, and all of this stuff simply because that's how we are. We're givers. We're givers, right? Baby, about 2 or 3 years passed, and she started. Now she was expanding. She's growing. Our name in the city is becoming known, and all of this. Then the third, you know what I'm saying? Yes, some are just hidden, right? Miss DC say nothing new under the sun. Some things are just hidden. That's what it is. It's hidden from you until it's revealed, and then now, boom, you're aware of it. But trust me, it's been happening. Okay, as above, so below. It's already been in the atmosphere. You just not getting around to it. Hello, okay. Now, with that being said, she had an opportunity and she branched out. She was evolving and she branched out into her own little small suite, which was about down the street from our original salon. And she got herself into this 12-month lease, but she jumped the gun. Okay. So she had just taken a certification class in lashing and things like that. She got this little suite, and she had high hopes for it, as anybody would, you know what I mean? But what she failed to do was to generate the clientele that would help offset the expenses of this newfound location. And she jumped the gun and got this location and didn't have the money, the clientele, and wasn't rendering the services that would pay for this new expense. So she wasn't able to fulfill her 12-month lease. So at about month 8 or 7, she was trying to evacuate that lease. Okay. And at the time, the landlord of that space, he says, no, now you signed a 12-month contract now. And, legally speaking, you owe me some money. Okay. Or you got to stay and fulfill this contract. And so he says, but he gave her a little piece of leniency. He says, but if you can find me someone that can take over this space, right, to where I'm not missing anything, then I will let you out of your lease. Okay. Sure enough, she went on a hunt. She asking everybody. She asking this person, that person. Now, mind you, at that point, I had just, let me see, this was in probably March or April of 2016, because I opened my first salon in May of 2016. Okay. So, this was probably March, April of 2016. Now, mind you, in August of 2015, I separated from my then husband. Okay. So, and he moved out. He moved back to his native state of South Carolina. I was still in Georgia, living in the same house with the same expenses and the same whatever. So now we coming from a 2-income household down to 1. Hello. I'm not looking to make no major moves here. Hello. I'm trying to figure out how we gonna keep lights, water, gas, and food with no government assistance. I'm funding this off of slaying heads. Okay, so look here. Don't even look over here to see if I want to start a business. Okay, don't even do it. Thank you, somebody. All right. So, especially a brick and mortar that is going to have its own expenses, its own costs, its own whatever. If I'm paying lights, water, gas, and supplies and all that stuff in my own house, and then you get a brick and mortar business, for those entrepreneurs, you already know that's lights, water, gas, and everything over there for your brick and mortar. Hello. And I'm still on this one salary, right, with my clientele and stuff. So I said, no, thank you. I'm good. So again, but at that point, she hadn't come to me. She went to everybody else. She was convincing somebody that you can use it as a clothing boutique, or you can use it as a this, or you can use it trying to get herself. Now she's not revealing that she's trying to work her way out this lease. She's just revealing that this is a phenomenal opportunity for you. Woo. Manipulation. Okay. That's the end all be all of that right there. But I later found out. Now, at the final hour, right? Final hour, because she don't want to pay out of pocket the remainder of this lease. The final hour, she comes to me. She said, B, don't you want to start your own salon? I said, no, I do not. Now, mind you, I was servicing at that time over 400 clients a year. Okay. But again, keep in mind, that don't mean that there's a certain, when you're in the beauty industry, that income fluctuates up and down, because somebody who booked a service today or booked a service for today, they can change their mind today too. So it would be reckless to count that money. Hello? Until it's in your hand. Being an entrepreneur, you all, it's very risky business, and it's not meant for everybody. But this is something that I have been doing since 2011. I've been an entrepreneur, and still to this day, an entrepreneur full time. No other job to supplement nothing since 2011. Okay, I'm grateful for that. But at that time, with a newfound separation leading to divorce, baby, I'm not trying to take no other risk. Okay, so she says, no, B, you got it. You got the clientele. You already got salon furniture and stuff. I mean, all you need is the da. So she's trying to convince me to do this, right? And I said, She was like, well, look, okay, because you pay me booth rent. I was paying like $175 a week or something like that, which adds up to what, about $700 a month, just about, give or take. So she was like, well, you already paying me and this and the third, let's just see. So she called the landlord right then and there on her phone. Okay. I know I'm giving y'all tea. I gotta lay it out, y'all, because it was a struggle with me and women. Okay. Gotta lay it out. So she called this landlord right then and there from her phone. We're standing I'll never forget it. We're standing in the parking lot right outside of her salon that we both were working at. So she said, and she was opening up another salon upstairs. Okay. It was a lashing boutique or something right upstairs from where the original hair salon was. Okay. And her brother at the time, RIP, that was my dog. Her sister's husband, her brother-in-law, her sister's husband, he was our maintenance guy. You know what I mean? So he would do all of our handiwork and all of that stuff, but he was also our pastor, which I love him dearly, man. I really do miss him. And so, he was upstairs doing work. Okay. So we're in the parking lot, and he, and she called the man for me. So she called him and she put him on the phone. Right. And I'm asking the questions. Here I go. I said, look, Miss DC saying she got the tea kettles up here. Yes, ma'am, spilling the tea. Okay. Y'all listen, y'all got to help me on this one. Okay. I was triggered. Now, of course, since I have released that lady, she gone on about her business, baby. Listen, she don't pay no rent in my spirit, all right, in my head space and none of that. I just got to talk about the real tea and why I struggle with this thing, okay? So I get on the phone with the landlord, and I'm asking the questions, and he says, well, it's only $600 a month, and that includes your lights, your water, your gas. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait now. Okay. Now it starts making sense. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me to have my own salon is $600 a month for rent, which includes the lights, water, gas? Oh, I would be a fool if I didn't take this, because I'm paying this lady over here $700 a month in booth rent and don't own nothing. Okay. But that share. Listen here, and that's the discounted rate. Hello. I said, okay. But see, at that point, I was still a little nervous because now, okay, this is a brick and mortar. You know what I mean? I had never had a brick and mortar before. So I get off the phone and I set up a meeting. Before I get off the phone, I set up the meeting to meet with him the next day. Again, the place was right down the street. So I set up the meeting to meet with him the next day. Of course, I was going to bring my baby sister with me so we can ask the questions together, because she, at the time, was the only, the only support I had that was present in my vicinity. Now, I'm bugging out, y'all. I was freaking out, having a full out panic attack. What in the world am I about to do? Oh Lord, come on. Listen, fear can keep you bound. Do you hear me? Fear will cause you to go insane bananas. It will. And I was stricken with fear. I was like, y'all, I don't know about this. I don't know. I'm just gonna stay right here. I'm just gonna stay right here. This is safe. I just need to, staying where you're safe can be unsafe. Hello, okay. So she sees me having this panic attack. She said, "B, come on, let's go talk to her brother-in-law, our pastor." Okay, he was right up the stairs. I go up there. I said, listen, I'm shaking. My hands are shaking. I got tears in my eyes. Like, y'all, when I tell y'all I had a full-on panic attack, okay? And I said, listen, I don't know about this, man. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take care of it. He says, B. He says, you have ran this woman's salon. And mind you, she's standing right there, okay? You have ran and operated this woman's salon, hiring, releasing, handling paperwork, being the first one there, the last one to leave, making sure it's set and the atmosphere is set, cleaning it, folding towels and taking the towels home and washing the towels. And you've been managing this woman's salon for as long as you've been here. He says simply this. I will never forget this conversation. My goodness, I miss him. He says simply this. He says, what do you think you was doing all of this for? And I said, well, because I'm a supporter and I support. And he said, B, you're being readied. He said, you are an eagle. You cannot keep an eagle down. You got to come out of the chicken coop and fly. Okay? And fly. All right. Look, DC say good storytelling. I hear empowerment. Yes, ma'am. Okay. He says, you got that. He said, this is your time to go. You can't, he says, when God is trying to take you from one place to another, you can't be kicking and screaming, trying to hold on to the old. How are you expecting to receive what God has for you when you too busy holding on to what is and what was? Move, shift. Move and shift. It's just like a shark. A shark can only expand as long as the tank that it's in allows it to expand. Open and expand your environment. You expand and extend and evolve your growth. Hello, somebody. That was a word for somebody on this here Sunday. Okay. So I said, okay. Now, mind you, she's standing there. Her sister is standing there. And the pastor, which is her sister's husband, is standing there. And then one of the other stylists that was working in the salon was standing there as well. Right. Okay. All of these witnesses. Yes, Miss DC. She said, rest in power. Man, yes. Rest in power. Man of God. Yes. As she remembers you, your anointing is still blessing us here on this earth. Girl, you about to get me choked up now. I need you to relax. That was my brother, man. That was my brother. I looked at his obituary the other day and I said, I'm going to create an altar for him. Because he made my first logo for my salon. All of that. When I tell you that man released me to the, yeah, man, he did that. I will always remember him for that. For real. So, with that being said, right, the next day, I went and met with the landlord, okay? I went and met with the landlord. And he talking good. He says, B, the only thing that you'll need is a $150 deposit, which I had in my hand, $150 deposit. And I'm going to give you the key. That way you can operate and do whatever you need to do, set it up how you want to set it up. I'll give you the key. You can decorate it, blah, 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 blah. And the lease won't start until this particular date. You know what I mean? I said, okay, that's awesome. Thank you so much. We got it squared away, got it taken care of. So when I finished meeting with him, mind you, this is the next day, y'all, 24 hours. Huh? I will, DC. 24 hours, right? She calls me as I leave the meeting, as I finish signing this lease, as I pay my security deposit. She calls me right after. And she says, hey, B, how did it go? I said, oh my goodness. I said, it was awesome. I said, I signed the lease. I got the key. She got quiet. Y'all, this where it get good. Okay? This here is where it get good. I had to lay the foundation, y'all, because now we about to build. She got quiet. I'm talking about pee on a cotton ball. Quiet. And I noticed that. And I said, hello? She said, oh, yeah. She said, you got the key. I said, I got the key. She said, let me call you back. Just like that. And got off the phone. I was like, okay. Mind you, y'all, she went crazy trying to get me in that space the day before. Right? And here we are the next day, less than 24 hours later. And you're giving me weird vibes, ma'am. Okay. I was like, okay. So I left that alone. I was still excited about, I got me a key. Like, this is really happening. This is really, really happening, right? So I go down to the salon that I was working at, which is right down the street. I go back down there, and I sit, and I think she was the only one that was there inside of the salon at that time. So I told her, I said, I'm gonna still put in my 2-week notice and stuff like that. But I said, because I don't want to just bounce on you like that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be mindful. I'm gonna still pay my booth rent for those 2 weeks and stuff like that. But in the meantime, I said, I'm only going to take the clients that are on my book. I'm not going to do any extras because I still need to go down. Once I finish these clients here, I need to go down there. I need to paint. I need to set up, all of this stuff. I need to install the shampoo bowl, all of that stuff. I had to do all of that, y'all. Okay. So, went down there. When I had that conversation with her, she was like, okay, sounds good. That sounds good, or whatever the case. Y'all, all I know, mind you, in the salon, of course, we had our, it's a salon, so you're gonna have your differences here and there, or whatever the case. But for the overall environment, we were a family. We were a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were a family. We celebrated each other's birthdays. We celebrated anniversaries. The children called each other, called us auntie, TT, all of that stuff. Okay, we were a family. When I tell you, every day within those last 2 weeks I gave, everything in there grew colder and colder. Everybody, when I tell you everybody, some of these people, I kept their babies for them. I helped and counseled them when they were having marital issues. I supported them with, cover them and fight somebody else for them, right? Drew colder and colder. I wasn't getting nobody was looking my direction. Nobody was talking to me. They going to have lunch and ain't nobody asking me for lunch. Do you want B? You want to bring something back? B, you want to go with her? Nothing. It's as if I was Casper the Friendly Ghost, invisible. I didn't know what was going on, okay? Because I'm too focused on servicing my clients that are already on my book and then leaving here and going down there. I'm getting furniture delivered and all of this stuff and they're, all of this stuff. So I'm focused, but I'm still not liking the energy that's in the space here that I once called home and work my work home, right? So I didn't know what was going on. On my last day, you all, which was a Saturday, and y'all know on Saturday, salons and barbershops are popping, okay? It's busy popping. When I tell you that Saturday, I was the only stylist in there working. The only. Well, I had one other that was there. She was there to help. She assisted me that day. Okay, because she didn't have any clients on the book. So she did my shampooing and all of that stuff. Do you know we were a salon that had 6 or 7 stylists in it. Do you know her and I were literally the only 2 in there? Now, in times past, What I would have done as salon manager, I would have organized a going away party. We would have had platters of food, and we would have had balloons. We would have had all kinds of music. We would have all types of turn up to send someone off and wish them well. Nobody. Do you hear me? Not so much as a confetti, not so much as a nothing. Nobody showed up all day long. Okay? I was so hurt. I was so hurt. Not only that, the one that was there, she left. Her husband had came to pick her up, for the end of the day. She left, and then about 20 minutes later, she came back with a coffee mug that said congratulations and a balloon attached to it. She said, B, I couldn't do it to you like that. I couldn't do you like that. She said, I can't do it like that. She said, they are wrong. They are so wrong. She said, you single-handedly ensured that this salon was on the map. She said, they are wrong, and I don't know why they're doing this to you. She says, but I want you to know, I'm grateful for you. I'm thankful. You've been nothing but a friend, a sister, a help. And and she gave me a card, and I will never forget her for that. And in that moment, she left. My baby sister came, and she helped me put the remainder of my things in the car. I locked up, and the next day, Sunday, I think it was another stylist that was there working on Sunday. So I came back, and I brought the key back and dropped it off. Now, it might have been Wednesday or Thursday of that following week. I'm talking about I ain't heard from nobody. Nobody called my phone. Nobody texted and said, B, where you at? Congratulations. I want to come and see you. Let's see the space. Nothing. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I was so hurt. Oh, God, I was hurt. Mind you, this is women, okay? Women that I loved, supported, poured out to, the whole 9 yards. Oh, God. When I tell you about Wednesday or Thursday of that following week, I see her creeping in my shopping plaza. My salon was in a plaza. So I see her creeping, driving like she doing a drive-by, creeping by my door. And she driving real slow. And then when she saw that I was sitting there and I was looking dead at her, she pulled off and all of this stuff. So I walked to the door. And she see me in her rear view. And I'm thinking to myself, I wish you would drive out this parking lot and don't come around here and speak to me. I wish you would. Baby, I was ready to fight that day. I was ready to fight tough. Okay? Sure enough, she pulled back around. She parked. And she on the phone getting out her car. And she walking to me, telling the person on the phone, let me call you back. She walked to me and say, hey, B, real fake, baby, real fake. You hear me? With this half hug. Oh, B, let me see. Oh, it's cute in here. It's real cute. Oh, man, B. Okay, so I was, I was coming to see, if, what day maybe we can bring, we wanted to have a going away for you, a celebration and stuff. Mind you, listen, what you celebrating now? I'm gone. Ain't no going away. I'm gone. It's past this. Now I'm up out of there. What you talking about? So she say, we want to have we want to bring some things down here, so we can have it down here. We can bring, I said, no, I'm good. It's okay. Cause if y'all know me, I'm real big on energies and I don't want that energy up in here. Okay. I've already, purified this space. Hello. And I don't need none of what y'all trying to bring up in here. All right. So sure enough, she comes and she does her little, very fake, little conversation or whatever. And then she sits down in my dryer chair. She says, okay, B, so I want to talk to you because I don't know who I can trust down there. I just don't know who I can trust no more. I said, baby, I look like, ain't this the pot? What the, huh? And I'm looking at her like, girl, this ain't, no, we ain't about to do this. We're not about to do this. Okay. So she saw the look on my face. I am not here for this or that or the other. Okay. No, ma'am. I know you're not talking about, girl, find you something safe to do right now. Okay. So she see my face, and of course she didn't entertain any of that any further because I'm not trying to hit none of that. So she got up and she, well, congratulations or whatever. I mean, let me know if you change your mind. I said, I will not. I will not change my mind at all. I appreciate everything that, you allow me to do down in your salon. I appreciate that. And, I wish you nothing but the best. Never spoke any ill words about her. I wanted to. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I wanted to, but I kept hearing. I told y'all, I kept hearing, be still. Be still. Don't you say nothing. Be still. Be still. Be still. Don't you do it. Be still. Okay? Don't you do it. Be still. Let me tell you, your guides, your covering, God, angels, your ancestors, baby, they got you. You ain't got to touch nothing. Do you hear me? You ain't got to fight a thing. Nope. You just sit still. You just sit still, baby. Sit still and don't you move and watch. Just watch, baby. When it was people pulling up to my door saying, "Ooh, girl, she down there, girl. She talking about. She's saying that you went behind her back to get this place. She said that you and your sister went behind his back. She said that you and your husband separated and broke up because because you was being jealous and you jealous of her husband now. And oh baby, oh, when I tell you every lie she could think of, she said it." She finding people in the clothing store, at the grocery store, and telling them all types of slanderous lies about me. Mind you, I called this woman sister. Her children called me auntie. I called her husband brother for years. And I said, my God, I wanted to fight her, y'all. I am from the west side of Chicago, okay? Born on the south side, raised on the west, baby. We are not here for the things. We don't do much talking, okay? And I will say at that time, I was still I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the thug bag, okay? I was ready to fight her. And keep in mind, again, my new salon was right down the street from hers. Oh, I could put my pull up. Baby. Ask the people of my old life. I've been redeemed, y'all. Okay. Somebody prayed for me. What's that song? My mama prayed for me. Somebody prayed for me. I'm so grateful. Hello. Welcome you all. Yeah, baby. They was praying for me. Okay. DC saying, DC. Wait. So what? Wait, DC, you've been talking, girl. I missed all these. Okay, DC said, yes, you are describing what I call a spirit of fraud. Some describe it as jealousy. Yes. She said, who? Look at karma. Yes. And then DC said, I was at the stove. You set me on fire. Yes, ma'am. Listen, she said, this looks like a true fact. How to forgive. Yes, I'm thankful for the new you. I'm DC. I'm thankful for the new. Baby, she should be thankful for the new. It's a couple of somebody should be thankful for the new me. Hello? She said, Jazzy says, hey, honey, Jazzy says, what if your angels are always guiding you to be still? Because, baby, that's what they're going to do. Because, baby, she said, when do you engage? You don't. You don't. Let me tell you, there is nothing that you can do in your earthly physical power that would be at the same level of what spirit can do on your behalf. All right? Sit still. I'm going to tell you something. When you decide to engage and disobey the orders that you've been given by the universe, then you, my love, will also fall prey to the outcome that person is also getting as well. Huh? You don't want that for you. You don't want no type of remnants of that person's issue coming onto you at all. Right? You just don't. I didn't want no parts of that. Not ever. DC said, what others think about us is none of our business. Okay? So, all of the slanders for 6 months, y'all. 6 full months. I had to be still. We're talking about forgiveness here. We're talking about I have to forgive women. We're talking about this. Huh? Yes, I am the founder of Divine Femininity United. I am. And these are the reasons why. because I be doggone this tale, this lie that women can't get along. I refuse to allow that lie to live amongst me and my people. Period. Point blank. I don't care what these folks are. I'm going to tell you this. Immature women don't know how to get along. Oh, but mature women who know who they are, who know what their name is, who know what their purpose is, and know that together we are better, we get along just fine. We partner just fine. We grow, we build, we shelter, we love, we encourage just fine. No issues, baby. Trust me. Okay? Trust me. All right. Some things occur for you. I'm going to get back to the story in a minute, but there are some issues. There's some things that happen in your life to help you to develop in those areas, to mature you. All right. And there's also some things that occur in your life with people that are there to reveal to you exactly what is really happening in this circle here. What you thought was real love. Well, it was good. That tells you right there that it was conditional. It was good until it was no longer serving them. People want you to remain who you are, where you are, and how you are for their convenience, not for yours. They say they want best for you. Oh, but baby, them true motives, that true heart comes out. Oh, baby, as long as I was there to fuel her vision and her brand and her salon and her stuff, oh, she was all here for B. Oh, she was B's biggest fan. But the moment, here's the crazy part, nutcase, because she opened the door for me. Let me tell you something. Oh, this is a word. Oh, Spirit, you talking right now. Yes, God, I'm in my bag, y'all. I'm in my bag here. Let me tell you something. I know we are all familiar with the story of Christ, right? Well, whether you are a Christian or not, you're familiar with the story of Christ. You're familiar with Judas. You're familiar with the disciples, all of this, and then the third, the Last Supper, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to hit it and quit it. It took Judas to do what he was supposed to do in order for Christ's purpose to be fulfilled. You understand me? Oh, yeah, we can talk about... We can talk about how, oh, he a traitor, he this, he that. It took Judas doing what he needed to do and being a traitor, betraying Christ in order for Christ to get to his destined end. Do you hear me? Your enemies will be the very blessings that you need to get you where you need to be. Flat out. Okay? But that's why, Jazzy, it is very, very serious for us to follow the instructions that Spirit gives us at the moment that that is given to us. Because delayed obedience is disobedience. When you hear, do right away. When you hear, do right away. Ain't no questions. It ain't about your feelings. Okay, you have to love Spirit more than you love your right to be right all the time. All right? Period. Come on here. Jazzy say, wow, she said, I'm not religious, but I love the Jesus take on it. Okay. All right, you said Balaam was paid to curse a group of people, but the Spirit only allowed truth to come from his mouth. Period. Okay, Jazzy said, I haven't thought about it in that way. I'm telling you, it took Judas doing what Judas did, betraying Jesus in order for Jesus to get where Jesus needed to be, in order to do what Jesus needed to do to fulfill his purpose. Had she not used me to get her out of this man's 12-month lease, I'm telling y'all now, I would not be sitting here. I'm telling you, let me tell you what she did, what my enemy did. Listen, DC said, my enemies have saved my life. Let me tell you what my enemy did. I didn't even know the baby was my enemy, okay? I didn't even know she was my enemy. But let me tell you what my enemy did. My enemy caused me to step out on faith into my first brick and mortar salon. When I signed that lease, I told the landlord at that time, I said, I will not be renewing this lease. I didn't know what I was saying at the time, but I knew then, because within, I would say 5 months before that lease was over, I was opening up and building and doing the construction on my second, even larger, bigger salon. Okay, let me tell you what my backing is. All right. She don't even know what she did. You thought you were setting me up for a trap, baby. I'm here to tell you, I am not to be trapped. You can't trap me. I'm too free for that. I'm too powerful for that. You can't trap me, daughter. What you're going to do is trap yourself. All right? That opened the door for me to not only have that salon and create the financing that I was supposed to make on my own instead of paying it out to somebody else. And it also opened the door for me to have a larger salon. From there, I had all types of, I was able to build my image and my name and brand in the city of Atlanta. I was able to teach color classes and teach cut classes and teach hair classes and trichology courses and things like that. Now, none of that I would have been able to do had I still been up under her jealous behind, because she wouldn't have let me do it. You can only go as far as the lid that's over you. Okay? So be mindful of the people that you call leader. All right? Because if they're not evolving, neither will you. If they're not expanding and going higher, neither can you. It's called the law of the lid. You can only go as high as the lid goes. If I was still up under her, I would have been caught up under that. I would not have been able to expand at all. Okay? DC say we never recognize our true enemies. If we did, we avoid them. But you are keeping it in the truth. Yes, we cannot be trapped. I can't be trapped. You can't trap me, baby. You are sorely mistaken. If you only knew who you was messing with over here, okay, daughter. Baby, I laugh at folks that try me. I laugh. It's like, if you only knew, bless your little little ting ting. If you just knew. All right, you don't even understand. And who I am today, oh God, leaps and bounds from who I was then. Hello, my knowing now, my abilities and power now have been so tapped into. Hello, oh stop, no ma'am. Okay, no ma'am. So with that situation there, she opened up doors for me to be able to expand, for me to stand on my own too, get my own name and brand out here. I have become a speaker. I've become an author. I've become a PhD holder, a doctorate holder in therapy. I am a coach in 5 different certifications. Baby, I couldn't have done none of that had I stayed up under her. You know why? Because she wasn't evolving to be nothing more than what she was. So what seemingly was a situation that was hurtful and I can't believe and whoop, 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 baby, you are never a victim of nothing. Okay, we're talking about forgiving women here. We're talking about forgiving women. Let me tell you how I was able to release her from hurting me. Let me tell you how I was able to do that. Because when her brother-in-law passed away, my then pastor, when he passed away, all right, when he passed away, I was able to go to his funeral, sit on the front row, look her smack in her face, and don't feel a thing. You understand me? I'm here for him, not you. Know that. I didn't feel nothing, not a butterfly, not a nothing, baby. She wasn't worth the butterflies. That's when you know. Okay? That's when you know. When you can go around that individual and don't feel a thing. You don't have to avoid this person. You know what I'm saying? You know how we try to duck and go the other way when the person coming our way. We want to duck and go the other way, put our head down, want to feel around and act like we reaching for something in our purse. Okay? Because we don't want them to see us. Oh, honey, I'm going to look you square in your face. Bold about it. Understand this. And let me tell you something else. For 6 months straight, while I was in that first salon, she dogged me out. Let me tell you, 6 months after I started that salon that I was helping run with her, shut down. That salon that she was trying to open up upstairs, shut down 6 months after that. She opened up another salon somewhere in another city, Riverdale, in another city of Georgia. It shut down after 6 months. Listen, touch not my anointed. You got me messed up. That's what it means to be still. That's what it means to be still. That's what it means to be still. Okay? That's what it means to be still. Everything I touch is blessed. Everything I touch turns to gold. Any lies that she's ever, her whole entire family turned on me based off the lies that she told them. Guess what? Anybody who ever believed the lies, that tell you right there whether they knew you or not. Okay? Anybody that believes a lie about you tells you flat out they didn't know who you were anyway. No one should be able to come to you and tell a lie about you and the other person believes it if that person truly knew you. Touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. Period. You can't touch me and think you're going to be cool. You can't do that. It won't work, my love. Now, I will be here to hug on you, love on you, kiss on your forehead, and the whole 9 yards, even help you with the gauze and the sutures. But I'm going to tell you now, you're going to get your butt whooped. Because you shouldn't have did that. It was not necessary. It's not necessary. DC said, yes, I'm so happy for all those whom will hear this dynamic, life-changing message. Thank you. Listen, it ain't necessary. You don't have to fight those battles every single time. We're talking about forgiving women here. Okay? That's been a battle, and I refuse. We are divine femininity united, and that's what we gonna be. First of all, you must understand your level of divinity. You are a daughter. You are made in the image of the Most High, infinite intelligence, the source, the I am. You are a component, an element of God. And you think that you have to reduce yourself to foolishness? When have you ever seen God reduce itself to foolishness? To try to prove that you ain't about to talk about me. God ain't never did that. You ain't gonna be telling these lies on me. I gotta prove. I gotta go and tell these people. I gotta prove myself. Oh no. DC say yes. Last week after I attended, I was presented the opportunity to continue journey of forgiveness. See, let me tell you what's gonna happen after every single lesson that we face. You're gonna have a test to show whether you're actually ready to forgive or not. She said, these women been trying me, and they will continue to try you. They will continue to try you. A lesson only comes to you over and over and over again until you pass the test. That's the only reason it steady comes. Okay? It could be the same dance, different partner, but that same lesson is going to try to attach itself to you. Why? Because you need to get it. Your next level requires you to have it. Where you're going, your purpose needs you to get this lesson. All right? Period. It's not the people. It's the lesson attached to the people. Period. It's the lessons attached to the people. Gain the lesson so that you can move on from that test. That's what it was. That's what it was. Now, the second story, you all know that the rest is history. I'm here today. Hello. All right. Now, the second story is this: the beginning of Divine Femininity United. The beginning of Divine Femininity United. Now, Divine Femininity United started off as an Instagram group chat, okay? Made up of nothing but women. We would have conversations in there, and I started. As a matter of fact, it was a bunch of women in our collective that asked me to start this. I didn't want to start it, to be honest with you. Can I be honest? Can I tell the truth? Okay. I didn't want to start it because I had too many things that I was working on in the first place. This was back in 2020. Okay. Right before we jumped on Clubhouse here. Okay. So we were Divine Femininity here in the group chat on Instagram. Then I started the collective here, Divine Femininity United, on Clubhouse. Created a room, created a club, all of this and then the third. And of course, it was made up of the original women that was inside of the group chat. Okay. We had weekly conversations. That's where our Sunday conversations came from. Okay. It started there. Right. So we would come up with different topics and all of that stuff. And we would just have candid conversations where the women would come and they would jump on the stage, and we would just have open. A couple of people. Jay was here in the very beginning, to where she would, we would have these conversations, open dialogues and stuff like that. Right. So one of the young ladies, inside of the group chat. Okay. Inside of the group chat, I noticed that there was only about, it was a group chat and members of about maybe 35, 40 people, right? Inside of our group chat. But every time we started conversations, I noticed that the same 6 to 10 people were doing the talking. Nobody else was conversing. The same 6 to 10 people was talking. And I said, okay, and we are in here, y'all, divulging some very intimate, some very personal stories, okay? And I'm like, I felt as a leader, I had to protect the sanctity of those things that were being revealed in there. As a leader, I'm a mama too, so I'm like, I got to protect this here, because some of the people that's not talking, they're sitting here gleaning and taking in all of these people's personal information. And I don't like that, because when you arm someone with your personal matters, then if you all were to ever get into a disagreement, that person has now ammunition against you. Okay? And I didn't want to be a catalyst to that happening. So I told the ladies, this is what I told the ladies. I said, I made an announcement about a whole month, okay? And so I made this announcement once a week. I said, ladies, I said, I want you all to know, I know I brought you all over into this collective because we were the original women of this group. And I said, however, I said, if this is something that you don't want to be a part of, it's perfectly fine. There will be no love lost, none of that. I said, you are more than welcome to release yourself and all of this stuff. I said, but I will say this. I'm giving everybody a whole 30 days to decide if this is something that they want to be a part of continually. If you are not a part of this, I mean, if you don't change your activity or whatever the case, if you don't join in or blah, 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 I'm going to assume that by day 30, you don't want to be a part of this anymore. Okay. So I'm going to remove you myself. I gave a warning 30 days straight, y'all. I kid you not. Well, once a week for 30 days. All right. By the end of that 30 days, I guess they didn't believe fat meat was greasy. So I went on and I started releasing people. Okay. When I released this one particular girl, okay, now mind you, this one particular girl also was one that had reached out to me several times. She had a business, I think it was a soap business and a crocheting business or whatever the case. I supported her. I bought a nice amount of things from her because, I'm a supporter. Hello, I'm a supporter. Whether I utilize your stuff or not, I'm going to support you, because if I'm calling you friend, if I'm calling you my spiritual family and you have a business, I'm going to support your business, period. Okay. So, and I'm not going to look for a discount either. Hello, somebody. All right. That's for the discount finders. For the ones that's looking for, okay, the 5-finger, the free 99. Okay. All righty. Support your people. Support your people. The main people that should be paying full price are the loved ones and family and friends, because you know what your person, that person that's who you supporting, you know what all it took for them to get to where they need to be, to where they are right now in business. So stop looking for handouts. Support your people. Okay. So I supported her. Not only that, she then further asked me to write a letter of recommendation for her to start an internship or a residency at some, the hospital or something like that. Now, she doesn't live where I live. I never met her in person before at all, but it didn't matter. I don't care. Okay. I don't care. So she asked me to write a letter of recommendation for her. I did. Okay, she got the residency and things like that, so it worked out for her. I was happy for her, right? But needless to say, regardless of any of that I did before, I made these instructions very clear. If you are not participating in this group, I gave you the option of removing yourself. But if you don't remove yourself, or if you don't become more active, then I'm going to have to remove you. No love lost. We wish you the best, but I got to remove you because I have to protect the women in here that are sharing their business. Okay. That 30-day came, I released her. Baby, when I tell you, I didn't know. Now, she had been gone for a couple of weeks. I had no idea the type of havoc that this daughter was wreaking behind the scenes. She went to several people inside of our collective and said, I'm targeting her. I dogged her. I released her. I blocked her. I did this to her. Oh God. Oh my goodness. And mind you, here I am, the creator of Divine Femininity United. And the image and the story that she telling people is that I'm mistreating women. How that look? All right. Baby, it was probably a month or so after she had, I had let her release her from the group. Did it dawn on me that she's behind the scenes dogging me out? I was like, you've got to be joking me. You've got to be joking me. So naturally, when I heard that this is what she was doing, of course, I removed her from my collective altogether. Because I don't need nobody like that around. Or following or looking. I don't want you privy to nothing. I know a lot of people say, well, no, let your haters have front row seat. I don't want you around me. I don't want you to see nothing I got going on. Because the way energy is set up, and she was a spiritual practitioner too, you ain't about to put no, although it'll be returned to sender, you better believe that. Because again, if you know, all right? But you're not going to do anything to me and think it won't fall back on you. You're not going to let me tell you, any type of darts that anybody has ever tried to throw my way has always returned back to them and didn't bother me one bit. I will continue to flourish. You know why? Because number one, I don't do people wrong. I love people dearly with my whole entire being. I look out for people all the time. I give, I share. But again, I don't have to run no resume down for anybody or accolades down to let the people know who I am and what I do in order for my heart to speak for itself. Okay? So any lie that anybody has ever tried to tell on me has always been exposed of them being the liar. I tell people all the time, you let a fool establish themselves as a fool. You don't help them. Because if you try to do that, you got two fools on your hand. I've never been a fool, ever. Okay. And sure enough, let me tell you, the baby wreaked all kind of havoc. Not only did she slander the name. Okay. She tried to do that. A whole bunch of people believed her. Okay. Cause she our collective was a tight knit family. So a whole bunch of people believed her. Which was fine. Again, if people believe lies about you, that tells you straight out they didn't know you in the first place. Okay, great. And at the end of the day, they doing you a favor. All right, you're learning who's who and what's what. Not only that, the entire collective that we once had came undone because of her and her actions. Okay, the whole entire spiritual family that we had before came undone because of that act that she did. Okay. The division that she brought into the collective. Not only that, I would say about a year later, the truth was revealed. I didn't even know it had happened because, I've been gone long time ago from dealing with that. The truth was revealed about her telling a lie on me. And then turned around and had those same people that had her back and was there to back her and support her and all of that stuff and turned on me as a result of her. They all had to come and apologize to me. And they did. And I appreciated them for that. Again, I didn't even realize so many people had believed what she said, but they did. And they came and apologized. They revealed the truth about what she said and what she did. And that's when they learned that she was the one that was the liar. She was the one that was the deceiver. And it was so crazy. I felt so bad for her. I felt so bad for her because those very same people that she tried to get to leave me left her. Left her. It's like, come on, y'all. All of this when you could have just either participated or, left the group yourself. But still in all, it's unnecessary. It is necessary, but it's unnecessary. It's necessary for me. It was necessary for me to see exactly who I was dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you. You know that saying, they all of a sudden came out. They all of a sudden changed. They all of a sudden, no ma'am, no ham, no spam. No one all of a sudden does anything. This was who they are. That's who they were. It only took that pressure to burst that pipe, honey. Okay? This was already in them. Certain circumstances illuminated what was in them, though. That's what that was. That's what that was. Certain circumstances has to come in order to show and reveal, illuminate, shine a light on the areas in them or in you, because you could be the problem. Hello. Where you need to mature. We're talking about forgiveness here, and we're talking about forgiving women. Forgiving women. Right now, today, I have a good girlfriend, okay? I got a good girlfriend. She goes by, I want to give her spiritual name. Her name is Mystic. Goddess Mystic, okay? And, but her name is Lauren. But I absolutely love her. We do not have to talk every day. But when I tell you that girl is my dear heart sister, I love her dearly. Love her family and her story dearly. Okay. So she helped me. But what's crazy is the person that introduced me to her, the woman that introduced me to her, also turned on both me and her. But see, what she don't understand is that she was the conduit to get me and her together. The one that turned on us was the conduit to get me and her, Lauren, together. Okay. And we've been rocking ever since. I love her for that too. She's amazing. DC said, divinely, I know forgiveness is a learning that we all have chose to master. I'm so grateful to be amongst you all. I'm grateful too, honey. I'm grateful for you all. For real, for real. I will say this. It's unfortunate that the stereotype that women cannot get along is so unfortunate that it's going so strong for so long. It's been perpetuated age after age after age, y'all. We see it every day on reality TV. This is why I don't watch it, because what you give access to you is what's going to plant itself in you, and you will be the fruit thereof. You will see the fruit thereof. You will act out of that fruit. We see women battling women on TV all the time. We see cattiness. We see lies. We see jealousy. We see comparison. When what we don't understand, y'all, is that we are women. We all have the same story. Some of us have the same scars. There are some things that you got on the inside of you that is in your belly, in your spirit, in your mind, in your abilities, your craft, your skills that you can help me with. But because we want to be such bitter, such catty, such immature, such underdeveloped, I don't care how old you are, underdeveloped women, not understanding who we are, not understanding what our name is, not understanding that we are the healing that this earth needs. It's through our hands will it be healed. Period. You want to heal the nation. You want to heal your families. You want to heal the communities. You want to heal the world. Heal yourself, woman. Mature yourself, woman. Develop yourself, woman. Tap into who you are, woman. Tap into your abilities, tap into your womb space, tap into your heart space, tap into your strength, tap into your knowledge, tap into your grace. Woman, again, we are portals from the spirit realm into the physical realm. And we are not just birthers of beings. In any relationship, if any of our partners give us their dream, we can make it a reality. If any of our partners purchase our home for us, if they purchase a house, we can make it a home. If they give us groceries, we can make a meal. We have the ability to cultivate, to develop, to produce something phenomenal out of the works of our hands. There is such a gift on the inside of a woman. There's such an ability, a skill, a know-how on the inside of a woman. Look at our ancestors. Look at our grandmothers and our mothers, our elders, our aunts, and how they were able to take $1 and make that thing stretch, honey. My grandmother, my mother's mother, she had the ability to sew. She was a seamstress. But she lacked funds because she had taken the children and she had gone. She had left an abusive relationship where my grandfather used to beat her in his drunken stupors. I'm talking about beat her in front of the children. My grandmother picked up and left with her children. She didn't have the funds because at that time, the men were the, you know what I mean? The men were the breadwinners. Okay, I had family members that was in the fields picking tobacco and cotton and whatnot. And I'm talking about grandmama, not too far ago. All right. And when she picked up and when she left and moved from Mississippi, where my people are from, to Chicago, she did that to start fresh, to give her children the opportunity to have a way of life that didn't look like hers. And when I tell you my grandmother didn't have the funds, but she had the ability, my grandmother would get up every morning at the crack of dawn and would sew her children's school clothes for the day. She may not have no money, but she had yards of fabric. She had thread, she had needles. Let's do it. My grandmother cleaned toilets for people. My grandmother did hair. My grandmother cooked meals for people. I'm talking about woman understanding who you are, not being a victim of a situation. I'm talking about woman here. Women. My mother did the same thing. She had the resilience and the wherewithal to get it done. At times they don't know how they're able to do it. All they know is that it got to be done. Let's do it. And do it with such grace. Do it with such beauty. Period. Hair done, nails done. Looking nice, looking good, looking cute. My grandmother used to tell me, because I was the only granddaughter for a long time. My grandmother used to tell me, don't you dare leave this house looking like you don't belong to somebody. Never have holes in your drawers. Never have stains on your clothes. Keep your teeth brushed. Comb your hair. Put some on your lips. Put some lotion on your... Listen, she didn't play about the women. Now, still, that when it comes down to the men, she said, oh, them boys, they good. Them boys, they can tend to themselves. But them girls, oh, we don't play about them girls. You all will not be a statistic out here. You will not fall prey to this society. No, you will not. Not under my watch, you not. So a lot of the times we have issues within the women because the elders stopped teaching. We're too busy allowing society and TV and music to show what it means to be a woman today. I'm sorry, I'm here to tell you that is not the case. DC said the sun, the male energy, earth, female energy, yes, regenerative. Yes, togetherness requires forgiveness. Thank you, Miss B. I know I am liberated. This is sounding energy. Gracias, merci. Yes, merci. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, my love. Thank you. When we understand who we are, forgiveness it comes easy. Don't be like the women that you were unfortunately had to encounter. Take them lessons. And I'm going to tell you something. This is forgiveness here. This is forgiveness. This is me forgiving women. When I saw on the back end that it took her and them doing what they did, right? Because I'm gonna tell you something, even just like with in the beauty industry and how that situation opened doors for me, let me tell you, me starting Divine Femininity United here on this Clubhouse platform has granted me so many speaking opportunities. I am a keynote speaker for a Sacred Women retreat happening in September. I am the keynote speaker. How did they find me? On Clubhouse with Divine Femininity United. They invited me to their club, Sacred Women Club, okay? And I spoke on their platform a couple of times, and now I'm a keynote on a Sacred Woman International cruise. Come on, somebody. So what people don't understand, if I would have allowed that young lady who slandered me from this group, if I would have allowed her to stop me, I would have shut this room down. I would have shut this club down, and I would have not continued. Every single week, you all, I have to tell you, a lot of times on Clubhouse, I'm on this live by myself. I'm speaking as if I got a room of thousands. You know why? Because number one, my service is not unto people. My service is unto spirit. My service is to my purpose. That's it. That's all. So half the time I'm in here on these spaces, on these lives by myself. But I also say to this, I say this all the time. I'm not for everybody. I'm for somebody. So even if I think I may be speaking to myself when it's live, but you never know who's going to hear you. You never know who's going to double back and listen to the archive recorded messaging. You never know. Okay? And I trust that the way the universe is set up, that anybody who these words are meant to hear or to bless, they will. I trust spirit in that way. I'm not moved by what I see. Not ever. Not ever. Okay? I'm so grateful for not being moved by slander, by hate, by bitterness, by cattiness when it comes down to women. I'm so grateful. Not only am I grateful for not being moved by that, I still am able to, from my forgiven place, reach back and tell those people thank you with such pure and authentic gratification and gratitude and authenticity. Thank you. Because if not for you, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't have done the things that I've done today. I'm so grateful for you. You were necessary. You were a pivotal part of my journey. So I owe you gratitude. I owe you forgiveness, and I owe you thanksgiving. That's how you got to look at that thing, because they were the lesson that I needed to get. And I'm grateful that they yielded themselves to be that lesson. My only prayer is that I hope they got theirs too, right? I hope they got their lesson too. I'm not sticking around to figure it out. Now here's the tea, y'all. Here's the tea. You can forgive, but you ain't got to reconnect. Hello, somebody. Because when a person shows you who they are, in the late great Maya Angelou's voice, you gotta believe them. Okay? When a person shows you who they are, you must believe them. Believe them. Okay? I received the lesson. And that's it. When you cut off, baby, you cut off. Know that. I still love you and I still wish you nothing but the best. But if you thinking about gaining re-entry, daughter, no, them codes have been changed. Okay. Very much so. Okay. So those are my stories for this particular focus of I forgive women on this forgiveness journey. Now here we go. We're going into the daily forgiveness process reminder. Okay. When you're going over your issues here, your lessons with this particular topic, because I see it hit some triggers, boy. We hit something here, okay? When you're going over your process, I want you to really sit down with a notebook and pen and reflect on some of these things. Who are the women in your life that has hurt you so? Was it your grandmother? Was it your mama? For a long time, my mother and my relationship was very tumultuous. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. The age-old mother-daughter battle, okay? But the reality was we were mirroring each other. And instead of learning and growing, we just kept battling, and it took one day a mature conversation like, wait. Okay, so the very thing in me, the very thing in you that I can't stand is the very thing that's happening on the inside of me. And it's probably the very same thing that you don't like about me. Hello. So how about we do this? How about we make an agreement to change and grow and heal and fix those elements so that we can actually have a mother-daughter relationship? Can we do that? Because right now, it's just chaos, okay? It's chaos. So who in your life, what woman in your life has scarred you, hurt you? Is it your sister? Is it your aunt? Okay. Was it your somebody that you considered a friend? Was it a teacher? Because teachers can scar too sometimes. Was it a church leader? Who was it? What was it? Was it a friend that you thought was a friend, but they showed themselves to be ugly and stuff like that? What was it? What was it? So it takes this lesson here, as with all the lessons, requires transparency 100%. Okay. So to do this forgiveness process, you have to find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed for at least 30 minutes to 60 minutes so that you can really go into this reflective space. Okay. Meditate for about 5 minutes prior to, so that you have a clear understanding, a clear spirit, clear mind, not being distracted and all of those things. Okay. You got to read through the forgiveness prayer silently once and then read it aloud. I'm going to go into that prayer myself as well in a little bit. Go over your forgiveness statements, which we're about to do. And then, express gratitude on it, reflect on it, complete the day's practice in quiet reflection, and then be sure to do something good for yourself. Remain in grace with yourself. Okay. Maintain the grace. All right. All right. Here we go. Continuing in the book. I forgive myself for judging women. Today's practice is about clearing and releasing the hurts, wounds, and judgments you may hold about or against women. Our experience and expectations of women begins with our mothers. Chances are, if we have any judgments about our mothers, they will extend to other women. If you are a woman, it is also important to consider the judgments that you hold about yourself. More often than that, these can and will be projected onto other women. All of you are here, somebody in the background. I have my window open and somebody is cutting the grass, which is, beautiful. That's awesome. Okay. But if you hear it, then that's what that is. Okay. In our everyday experience, we are sure to encounter people, both men and women, who simply behave badly. In order to heal from these encounters, it's important that we carefully examine our own projections and judgments. More often than not, the things we detest and judge in others are a reflection of the things we cannot accept about ourselves. What did I just say about the issues between myself and my mother? We were mirroring each other. The thing I didn't like about her was the things that were operating at full speed in me. Okay. That's how we're able to easily identify other people's issues, because they are familiar. They're happening with you, okay? All righty. The impact of a lack of self-acceptance is intensified in the relationships between and among women. All right. Here's the prayer here. Dear God, teach me to accept myself so that I will accept all women. Teach me to appreciate myself so that I will appreciate all women. Teach me to honor myself so that I will honor all women. Teach me to respect myself so that I will respect all women. Teach me to trust myself so that I will trust all women. Teach me to love myself so that I will love all women. Teach me to forgive myself so that I will forgive all women. I open my heart. I forgive. I let it be, and so it is. Okay. Now, in your journal, we're going to write these forgiveness statements. Of course, there's 3 different sections, 4 statements per section. Okay. The prefix for them are: I forgive my mind for thinking, I forgive myself for judging, and I forgive myself for believing. Okay. Those are the prefixes of these statements. All right. The first, we're going to start with I forgive my mind for thinking. Okay. And then we're going to fill in the blank. I forgive my mind for thinking. Okay. So if you want to write that prefix one time and then draw 4 blanks, after the sentence or whatever, you don't have to repeat that the writing unless you want to double back and do it and make it neat and stuff like that. It's up to you. Okay. But for example, here it is. I forgive my mind for thinking women are out to take advantage of me. That's an example, and that's a real statement. Okay. So that would be how a sentence would go, and you can absolutely utilize that if you want to. Okay. If that's true to your story. All right, here we go. I forgive my mind for thinking women are blank. Women are catty. Women are messy. Women are jealous. Women are bitter. Women are angry. Okay, that's something that's said in society. The angry Black woman, right? It's like we're expected to be that, right? Next statement. I forgive my mind for thinking women are not blank. Women are not supportive, are not, honest, are not, let me see, what are some other ones? Are not loving, are not kind. Okay. The next statement, I forgive my mind for thinking women always blank. Women always, lie on one another. Women always, turn it back on each other. Women always, you know what I'm saying? I forgive my mind for thinking women never blank. That's the 4th statement. I forgive my mind for thinking women never blank. Never apologize. Never own up to it. Never, y'all. I'm telling you, boy, I'm so glad to be out of this energy. I'm glad to be out of that, man. I'm so glad. And I'm glad to be able to, receive women today to be loving and kind and caring and all of those things. I'm so glad to have that experience after having all of the other experiences. I'm glad. I'm so glad. Okay. Next set of forgiveness statements. I forgive myself for judging. I forgive myself for judging. Okay. Here's an example. I forgive myself for judging women as stupid when it comes to choosing men. Ooh, listen, huh? That is a statement. Listen, if you want to take that one, then hey, by all means, go right ahead, because that's a real one. All right. Here we go. I forgive myself for judging women as frauds. That's one. All right. The next one. I forgive myself for judging women as blank. I would say as, again, catty, as jealous, as underwhelming. You know what I mean? The 3rd statement, I forgive myself for judging women as irresponsible. Ooh, I just heard a word. I forgive myself for judging women as being a joke. And I'm sure, oh my God, even today in society, even in the music and how men see women and how they describe women in the music. Come on, the song Throat Baby. What? And the fact that there are women on this song, featured on this song, and adding to the foolery. Okay? Just the way women are just belittled and disrespected, my God. And the fact that we sit and we allow this mess, child, please. Oof. Okay, the final set of forgiveness statements. I forgive myself for believing. Okay, that is the prefix. The example is, I forgive myself for believing that all women are sneaky and cannot be trusted. That's a real statement. Okay, so here we go. You're gonna fill in the blank. I forgive myself for believing. I forgive myself for believing blank. I forgive myself for believing that, again, believing women are messy. I forgive myself for believing that women are, oh God, I don't even like to say it. My goodness. It's just because I don't want to give energy to it. You know what I'm saying? But that is the prefix. I forgive myself for believing. It's 4 different sentences. I forgive myself for believing, and you fill in the blank, whatever you feel. Okay? All right. Of course, we do the tapping sequence. If you're familiar with the tapping sequence, that's when you go over those. If you have the book, if you do not have the book, then inbox me, back channel me, you all, and get this book so you can go over these exercises on your own. That's why I'm speeding through it, because this stuff you're supposed to do on your own. This stuff you got to do on your own, okay? Because this is your own personal forgiveness journey. I can give you examples, but I can't do the work for you. Okay? I got to do the work for myself. Hello? All right? So the tapping sequence is going to go through all of those things and go over the triggers and things like that. Okay? So the final statement here is I can have peace of mind only when I forgive rather than judge. That is a quote from Gerald Jampolsky. Okay? Now, y'all, that is today's session, but I'm going to tell you, next week, day 13, guess where we're going? I forgive men. Now, baby, if y'all purchase my book, then you understand my process of forgiving men, okay? If you purchase my book, you understand my process of how I needed to forgive men. All right? Next week, day 13, I forgive men. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and read the preface so that, you all can understand where we're going, okay? I forgive men. Let me not bind your son with laws I made. He is not bound to me except by my beliefs about him. My only function is to forgive my beliefs that bind me in the time, space, body to pain. I am not bound. I am free the moment I let go of the false beliefs, the foolish false beliefs about what I am and who I am, about what they are and who they are. My only function is to forgive what I thought was allowing love to take its place. Y'all listen. Next week about to be a doozy. Okay, I forgive men, day 13. We are making it, y'all. We are more than halfway done with this journey. 21 days to forgive everyone for everything. Okay, it is possible. I'm here to tell you it is very possible. And we are going to take this journey together. Just stick with me, honey. Stick with me and I will bless you. Okay, I'm telling you, we're going to bless each other. You're going to bless yourself by allowing yourself to be free of this stuff, y'all. We got to be free so that we can allow spirit to pour into us. We got to make room, rid ourselves of the old, the filth, the muck, the ugly, the dank, the foolishness, so that we can be replenished with the good stuff that we all know and deserve. Okay? Alrighty, y'all. As y'all can hear, the dogs is cutting up, so this is perfect timing. Okay? I got to let them go outside. Alrighty, you all. Listen. I love you. I mean it. There's absolutely positively nothing you can do about it. Don't you even try it. And for those of you all who are not following me on social media, definitely follow me. You can click the website above my head on Clubhouse or on the screen on the videos, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Click the website, go there. You can purchase the book, get some paraphernalia, some t-shirts, purpose wear, all of the things. You're welcome, Miss DC. You're welcome. Or you can email me for those who need the book or anything else regarding any services that I offer. You can email me at the email address on the website, or you can email me at the address on the screen for those watching on video. Follow me on Instagram at Dr. Bianca Miss B Lee. Follow me on Facebook, Dr. Bianca Miss B Lee. Follow me on Twitter, everything but the doctor, okay? Bianca Miss B Lee. They won't let me put the doctor on there because I guess you got to have only a certain number of characters, but whatever, child. Okay, it's me regardless. You too. Be sure to be able to get all of this, the videos that we've done, the sessions that we've done, this one and many others on YouTube, Dr. Bianca Miss B Lee. Or you can visit my Patreon and become a member. Let me tell you something. I told you how powerful I am, my love. Spiritually speaking, I don't play. And I also don't play about what I teach about activating your abilities. Trust me on this. I tap into the universe. I tap into our powers, our God-given powers to make things shake. Okay? It's called Mama B's Kitchen. Patreon.com/Mama B's Kitchen. If you're on my website, then there's a link that takes you directly there, and it'll tell you exactly what we do on there. Okay, I am also the founder of a nonprofit organization, and we do many things. If you want to join the mission, that's also on my website. You can join us at the btsawards.com, or you can visit my website and you'll be able to learn everything from there. Okay, y'all. Ooh, Lord have mercy, y'all. I love y'all. I mean it. There's absolutely positively nothing you can do about it. Don't you even try it. I will see you back here next week, Sunday. Okay? Next week, Sunday. All right? Right here at Divine Femininity United. Peace.